Welcome to today's video where we are exploring our new nurse entrepreneurship series.
Nursing, patience, stay light, but this time to spread my wings, take flight. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, nurse of law, it's who meant to be. Consulting, using my expertise. Making money, yeah, I deserve it all. Legal nurse, it's all can stand tall. Nurse of law, changing lives.
Tips from a transformational mindset coach. I'm Cherise. I help nurses who are burned out from bedside leverage a career in legal nurse consulting to earn more money and live the life they deserve. This channel, we talk about legal nurse consulting, tips, resources, events, and other nurse-related topics. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking. And if you've been to my channel before, welcome back. Today's nurse entrepreneur who is building a successful business away from bedside is Miss Katina Dorsey, nurse turned transformational mindset coach. Thank you, Katina, for coming on my show today. This is a new series that I am talking about. I have a lot of nurses in my inboxes and DMs wanting to know how to leverage the skills that they have and how to be nurse entrepreneurs. So there was two people that I had in mind, and you were one of the first ones. So thank you for coming on. So Katina, tell me about yourself. Who is Katina?
So I want to start by saying my name is Katina Dorsey, and right now I am the Chief Transformation Officer for More Than the Roles, where I am on a personal mission to nurture transformation and inspire authenticity.
Oh, wow. I like that. I like that. So, okay, I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to get back to that because I like how you worded that. So, tell me about your nursing career before we get into all that. Tell me about your nursing career.
So, I am a 25-year registered nurse that has pretty much done it all, from acute care in medical oncology to post-acute care, which involved, SNF, home care, dialysis trainer. But for the last 10 years of that 25-year career, I have been in case management, utilization review, and provider dispute for a major insurance company. So I kind of coined myself a corporate nurse at this time.
Right now, I understand that, a corporate nurse. Okay, I want to hear. You said you are. What is your title again? Tell the viewers one more time.
I am the Chief Transformational Officer of my brand, which is called More Than the Roles.
Okay.
And before I get into really, defining what that is, I just want to break down a little bit because, you're like, who am I? So I say I'm a woman that's more than the roles and responsibilities that have been assigned to me. And when I think of that, I use an acronym, and that acronym, which is MORE, stands for motivating, observant, reassuring, and encouraging person. And so when I say I'm more, and I'm part of my mission is to encourage other women and let them know they are more than what the roles and responsibilities that they have been assigned, and basically that they can do anything.
That is awesome. Now, I love that acronym because you know what? We are more, but oftentimes we don't say that we're more. When people ask us who we are, oh, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a nurse, but those are wonderful attributes, and that's part of who we are. But I love that we are more than that. Okay. So
that is a part of, what I'm doing in my brand so typically when somebody would have asked me who was Katina, I would have rattled off all the stuff you just said, all those titles. But honey, I'm way more than that.
Yes, you are. And you know what? The viewers are too, and we have to learn to reach in to pull that out of us. So this is going to be, I can't wait to get in. Okay. I can't wait to get into this. So this is really good. So what made you transition into this role?
So I I would say I struggled for a while with determining like what is my purpose. And
Mm,
at this time, going through my own transformation, I was able to determine that this is my purpose.
it is.
My
Mhm,
purpose is to help people. It is
mhm,
like my true calling. It brings me joy and fulfillment.
mhm.
And like I said, I've always known it was to help others. And so I started that in nursing. And then it was always something missing. So it
Mhm.
was like, I need more. And
Yeah.
then it was like, I am more.
Yes.
And the women that are around me, they are more as well.
Yes.
So I feel and I truly believe that the calling has been placed upon me for me to assist and foster others in change.
I love that. And that is so true. And, speaking with you on several other events and, platforms, that I can truly tell that that is your purpose. And that is something that you're very passionate about. And,
Very much so.
it exudes through, just even through the screen right now, it's just coming right on through. So you are definitely walking in your calling and your passion. So that is so good. But so for me, um, when I was thinking of a transformational coach, one thing that came to my mind, and I'm glad that you said more, but one thing that came to the MORE was time management. Now, do those tie in together?
Absolutely. So, what I would say is I want to break down what I feel is a transformational coach so that the listeners kind of understand that. And so
Mhm,
I feel like is someone that nurtures like meaningful and lasting change. It can be both personally as well as professionally. They
mhm,
kind of help you get to the root of your why and like what is truly holding you back.
mhm,
They help you kind of gain the awareness and the impact of
mhm,
what you have on others, because a lot of people walk around and be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, I don't know if I'm impacting others.
mhm,
Help you pull out those special gifts and talents and kind of help you share them with the world.
right,
And another thing is help you conquer those fears, because those fears are holding you back. And so when you conquer those fears, you'll be able to see the person that you are destined to be.
mhm,
So back to your question, how time management, ties into that. I mean, I feel like it's absolutely yes. And so I
right,
know the audience that you're speaking to are um, nurses that are transitioning into entrepreneurship, whether it be side hustle, part time, full time, whatever. I said time management is like number one.
mhm,
So when we're in a typical role, what do we say? People tell us what to do. So when you're an entrepreneur, there's nobody telling you what to do. So
right,
what we tend to do is put off tomorrow what we can do today. Push
yeah,
ourselves to the back burner. Push those things that we need to do to the back burner.
yeah,
So it's a good thing and a bad thing when you become an entrepreneur. You're like, oh, okay, I own my time,
mhm,
but you got to learn how to effectively manage that time. And so basically time management helps you to like work smarter and not harder. And it kind of helps you to do more with less,
mhm.
if that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense because I was going to, the impact of time management on, from transitioning from bedside to entrepreneurship. You hit the nail on the head. A lot of times you're like, okay, I have all this time because I'm the boss or I'm the owner, but how are we effectively managing it? Sometimes we want to, okay, I'm going to, I need to make some videos or I need to make some content or, some emails. But at that moment, you may not really feel like it because, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. But I have learned to just get on up and, do what I said that I was going to do. And I always feel better after that. So that's a good way on how to utilize time management. So thank you for like reiterating those. So for people out there, just getting up to doing it and managing your time wisely is very important. I think so. I have written down some questions. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the questions. So how has
Good.
time management affected and enhanced your personal entrepreneurial journey?
So overall, it has helped me to get, more done. Because, like you said, it's easy to put it off, to decide you don't want to get up, or, make that video, because the videos or the follow-up calls or the follow-up emails or the sales calls or whatever is what's going to get you to the next level. So it has, if I had to choose one thing, it would be that it has helped me get to do the things that I wanted to do and do them quicker and with less effort. Because if you don't have that time management skills or have a plan in place, then it's easy for you to fall to the wayside, to quit.
Absolutely. Now, do you recommend goal setting, because that's a part of time management? Do you recommend, and how do you feel that will enhance an entrepreneurial business?
Because I do believe in that. And a part of that goal planning is, goal setting is having a plan. And once you have your plan, you can stick to it. You can start with your big goals and break them down into medium-sized goals, and then break them down into small goals, and then break it down into daily actionable steps of things that you need to get done. So 100% yes.
That's good, because for me, I used to look at a big goal, right, and just try to tackle it. But I have learned, and because you touched upon this just now, breaking that bigger goal down into bite-sized goals, because a lot of times we get so overwhelmed at looking at the whole picture and all those goals that it's just like, you just you just don't know where to begin, or even where to end, let alone begin. So that's very good, to break down these goals into actionable steps and smaller goals to reach your goal better, because once you reach that goal, you'll feel better, and that will make you want to get to that next goal. Do you agree with that, or do you have any input on that?
No, 100%. Because as you break those smaller steps down, and you're able to check those things off your list, and you actually feel like you got something accomplished, versus, whatever your big goal is. I want to be a legal nurse consultant, and you're like, just sitting there looking at it, So what is the steps? Do I have to, get some training? Do I have to get supplies? How do I meet people? It's 1,000 things that you can think of, but when you just got the big goal, you're sitting there like, I can't do it.
Can't do
I
it.
can't do it. Like, how am I going to do it? But, the people that you're talking to, the audience, nurses,
Yes.
if you can go through school, whether it was a 1-year diploma, a 2-year associate's, 4-year bachelor's, master's, doctorate, whatever you got, if you can do that, you can do absolutely anything. If you can pass the NCLEX, you can do absolutely anything. So you didn't just go in there and pass the NCLEX and become a nurse, right? You had to do some education, you had to study, you had to do training, you had to do all kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, what was your goal? What did you have at the end of the day? You're a nurse.
That is true. That's true. And now that you put it that way, the tangible goals to get to becoming a nurse would have been, now that I'm thinking about it, the courses that we had to take, this
So prereqs.
The prereqs and everything else. So that's good that we didn't just jump into becoming a nurse. We had to take small actionable steps, which were the courses to get there. So it's the same with being an entrepreneur. Okay, I love that. Okay. So the next question, and I don't know, how has it enhanced your personal? How has time management enhanced your personal entrepreneurial journey? I said that already, but how has it affected your entrepreneurial journey?
I just feel like it helped me to actually accomplish the goal that I wanted to accomplish. Like, I could have easily just said I want to do something and put it to the wayside, but with me getting the goals, breaking them down, taking the time that I need to do, like, learning that I have a job, right? And my job is for someone else. I'm working for somebody else's goal. I can put just as much work into my own goals as I can put into somebody else's goals and dreams. So don't let things like, what I was thinking the other day is, people like to say, I don't have time. I need people to stop saying that, because you have time. You have the same 24 hours that everybody else does. So you need to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the mindset comes in. You need to make a decision that that is something you want to do. And if you can work from somebody else from 7 to 7 or uh,
Right.
9 to 5, figure out when you're going to do stuff for yourself. If you
Yeah.
work 9 to 5, well, you need to have a 6 to 10. That's your job.
That
That's your
is.
business. That's your goals. If you work a 7 to 7, I know you only work 3 or 4 days. Well,
Mm-hmm.
days 4 and 5 and 6 or whatever, you need to go for your goals, even if it's an hour, 15 minutes, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you break it down like that, you will get those things done faster. And then you can transition wherever you want to be, whether, like I said earlier, if it's side hustle, part time, full time, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it has 100% helped me, because if I didn't do that and manage and make a conscious decision
Mm-hmm.
to say, this is what I want to do,
Right.
I got to do training, if I got to go to a conference, whatever, I'm taking the time. I'm
Yes.
consciously planning that out
Yes.
and taking the steps that's necessary to do what I need to do, because it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's for me.
I love
I'm
that.
just as important as everybody else. I'm just as important as that CEO of the hospital or the company or whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes back to what you said more. But no, I love how you put that down. Having time for your own business. Because, yes, a lot of times we do hear, I don't have the time. And I know, being an ER nurse for 23 years myself, I would come home dead tired, but I had an hour drive each way. If I hit traffic, I could be sitting in traffic until 8:45 after us, leaving the hospital at 7 p.m. If there was an accident, I can get home at 9:30. Those days I may not have done much, but on my day off, I'm telling you, I was up, I was researching, I was, calling attorneys, I'm making my letters, or, doing my nurse coaching, because I do, of course, help, nurses with this. So I schedule my discovery calls on the days and the time that I have free. So I am implementing something towards my business every day. So that's very important. Or, now that I'm not in ER, it's definitely every day. So that's definitely important. So, okay, I love that. Love that. This is good. Can you give the nurse viewers who are dealing with, and I know this is about like mindset, but I wanted to touch upon, because you are that transformational coach, nurse burnout, right? So, can you give the nurse viewers who are dealing with nurse burnout, and having management issues, 3 time management tips that they can use today?
Number one, always have a plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for that plan, I need you to write it down,
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to show you what needs to be accomplished and when.
Okay. Write it down. Mhm.
Number two, prioritize the tasks. So
Okay.
once you write that plan down and you break it down into the smaller tasks, what you
Mhm.
need to do is determine what is most important
Okay.
and do that. Now,
Okay.
for me, I'm going to give you a quick pro tip that I feel like whatever's the hardest thing on that list,
Mhm.
do it first.
Okay.
And some people are not going to get with that, and they're going to think, oh my God, why? But later on, you will understand that once you get the hard tasks done, the other stuff just is easy and just kind of falls in place.
Yes.
And number three would be set time limits. So
Okay.
that's basically like that allows you to be more productive and focused. If you say, I'm going to, don't just say, I'm going to write the plan. Say,
Mhm.
I'm going to spend 15 minutes Monday through Friday on the plan, writing the
Okay.
plan. Then I'm going to spend 15, 20 minutes uh, the next time on implementing some things in the plan or one thing on the plan, but set time limits. So that kind of prevents that burnout, because
Okay.
you're already burnt, beginning to burn out at your job. You don't
Yeah.
want to get frustrated at your goal
Mhm.
or your mission that you're working towards. So
Okay.
those are the 3 things that I would say is to always have a plan, to prioritize those tasks, and to set time limits.
Okay. That's good. I like how so those are definitely actionable tips that a person, whether they're a nurse or anyone just it, trying to be an entrepreneur or just in general. But I like how you said to do that hard thing first, because I will tell you, I have been the biggest culprit of doing that hard thing last because one, I didn't want to deal with it. I mean, I knew I would get it done, but I just didn't want to deal with it. But when I flipped that around and started doing that hard thing first, what you said is definitely true. It's like you got it done. Now everything else was just like, just easy. So, or I don't say easy. It was, it wasn't as didn't take as much, out of you because you got that one hard thing down. And then the time limits, the time frames. I like that. Cuz I like when I first transferred into from bedside into my first business, I didn't train my mind to, I was still on that 12-hour shift, right? So I'm sitting here in my home working 12 hours, like not eating lunch. But I was like, after a while, it hit me and I was like, why? Why am I doing that? Because that's what I have been trained to do. And I know you were saying how just set aside time frames, but for me, that transmuted into me just sitting here and pushing all that time that I had into one setting, and that wasn't productive at all.
It's counterproductive.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
a part of that, when I say, because I, just give something quick, you have to have a schedule. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Mhm.
we're this is horrible for nurses, but we're notorious for not taking our breaks and lunches and all
Mhm.
that kind of stuff and going to the bathroom. So as a
Yeah.
part of, even if you're doing that 6 to 10, if you
Mhm.
say, okay, when I get off work, I'm going to have an hour,
Mhm.
hour and a half to myself. Then I'm
Yes.
going to start my 6 to 10, but
Yes.
still somewhere in there, you're going to have a break. Even
Yes.
if it's to get up and just dance or listen to some music or do something, you have to have a break. You can't
Yes.
just go, 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 go. And that's kind of what we're trying to do. It's like from this patient to the next patient to the next, what's next? What are you always thinking about what you have to do next? And
Yeah.
you're never thinking about taking time to rest. Let
Ooh,
your brain decompress. Let
yeah.
some of that stuff
Mhm.
go. So
Right.
a schedule, if when you're full time,
That is so true.
what is your lunch break? When is your break? I'm taking a break just like I'm supposed to do at work. I'm
Right.
taking my 15 minutes in the morning. I'm
Right.
taking my lunch. I'm taking my 15 minutes in the afternoon if I'm doing it. If you're doing, calls for 4 hours, somewhere in there's a break. You need to decompress. You need to do something. And when we get in that habit of learning to set the time limits, because that's
Mhm.
limits, that's boundaries, that's the schedule. All that stuff is what's needed, and it all
Right.
is a part of that time limit.
Right.
Time management is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. So we hit a lot on here. We talked about mindset, burnout, prioritizing. Like these are all things that are super they are much needed and that we are more, right?
Yes.
This was definitely what I wanted from this interview, and I just cannot thank you enough for just coming on and just sharing those gems and those tidbits just in this amount of time. I have learned, and I hope the viewers have. I know, and let me rephrase. I don't want to say hope. I know the viewers have learned a lot as well. Woo. But I got to regroup because yeah, you hit on so much here, and I totally appreciate that. Okay, okay. So with all that being said, now, do you currently have any master classes or any boot camps or any ebooks available? How can the viewers get a hold of you if they want more?
So, excuse me. I have some new things that's going to be launching soon. But
Okay,
what I have done, because I need you guys to get on my list and be the first to hear about it.
okay.
So, for the viewers of
Mm,
this video, your audience, I've put together what is a mini time management bundle, absolutely free. And
oh,
what that's going to include is short audio training
mm,
on achieving more by doing less. It's
mhm,
going to have a checklist on how to master your day. And it's
mhm.
also include a worksheet, which is going to help you guide you through a time audit, which is something that I speak about on the audio training as a bonus. So I'm going to provide the link to Miss Sharice, and it's specifically for you all. And so when this comes out, you'll have the link and be able to go there, and that will also get you on my list for the my upcoming launch of More Than the Roles, which is my new initiative. And I hope and pray that will all be helpful to you all, because I truly believe that you all are unique. You all are creative. You all are more than the roles and responsibilities that you have been assigned in life. And you are truly destined for greatness, and you truly deserve it all.
Yes.
So come on over,
Right.
check me out,
Yeah.
so you can be more.
Yes, and I love that. Well, it's hard to follow up on all that. Like it really is. And I truly, I know I'm repeating myself when I say I truly appreciate it. I do.
You're
But I
welcome.
will have the links below, for people to reach out to you and to get that wonderful bundle. Look, I'm going to have to sign up for that too.
And it'll have all my contact information. You'll get on your list and everything. So I
Right,
appreciate it.
right.
It'll be very helpful.
Do you have a YouTube channel or social media? Where can we find you?
Well, Katina hangs out mostly on Facebook.
Okay.
That's my jam. But I'm
Okay.
also I'm on Facebook under Katina Dorsey, my name.
Mhm.
I'm on Instagram under Ask Katina.
Okay.
I'm on TikTok as
Mhm.
Ask Katina, and I
Mhm.
also am on YouTube, and
Mhm.
that'll be launching soon, where you guys will get all these same type of time management things, and how to do that transformation, and that's also under my name, Katina Dorsey.
That's awesome. So we have to make sure that we are subscribing to you to stay updated on all of your wonderful tips, resources, and everything, because this is going to be so useful for because this is a nursing channel. It will be useful for the nurses, on transitioning from either bedside into entrepreneurship, or like you said, mindset. Time management, all the great things that you spoke about in this video will be phenomenal to follow you and to have. So this is going to be more than more than we can even handle at once. So this is good. I appreciate your time and your wonderful gems that you have dropped today. I really do. And thank you for coming on to speak to this audience, and good luck with your new programs. And y'all make sure you follow her and follow me. I'm on YouTube at Sharice, at CCP Legal Nurse, or Sharice the Legal Nurse, CHERESE the Legal Nurse. I'm also on TikTok at Sharice Pate, and Instagram, it's me, Sharice. But thank you for viewing, and until the next time, see you in the next video.
Thank you.